Hey YouTubers, Jalapeno Gal back with another coloring book review. This one is Where's Waldo, the coloring book, the ultimate coloring challenge. And I don't know about you guys, but this book has been a part of my life and my kids' life. If you're unfamiliar with what Where's Waldo is, it's a book that has tons and tons of little tiny pictures and you gotta find Waldo. So pretty cool. It keeps the kids entertained for hours. So they have come out with a coloring book for Where's Waldo, and it's exactly what it sounds like. So there's no question about it. So let's get to it. It is regular bound. It's not spiral bound. The cover is pretty heavy, pretty thick. It opens up so you can kind of keep track of what page you're on without having to flip through. So that's a plus. Kind of bookmarks your page. Excuse me. This book has a lot of different things in it, and I'm just going to kind of read throughout the books. It's made by Walker Books by Martin Hanford, and it says on the cover right here, bring busy Where's Waldo scenes to life by coloring them in and search for hundreds of things along the way. So it's a seek and find as well, not just Where's Waldo. Can you find Waldo, now even trickier in black and white, and all of his lost coloring pencils too? Hours, days, or even weeks of crazy creative fun await. What colors will you choose? So, you're not just looking for Where's Waldo, or you're not looking for Waldo. You're looking for pencils that he has. I think he said there's like 6 of them, and there's also a challenge to find these designs as well. It says, bring the pages of this book to life by coloring them in. But that's not all, Wally watchers. Find me in every scene. It's even trickier in black and white. Then see if you can spot one of my lost coloring pencils in all of the places that I've visited too. So there might be more than 6. Sorry about that. The fun doesn't stop there. I've dropped 5 sketches for you to find. My key, Wolf's Bone, Winda's camera, Wizard Whitebear's scroll, and Odlo's binoculars. Look carefully as they each only appear once. Now get searching. As you color in, use any colors you like, and off we go. And then there's a picture of all his friends that I just named. I think there was something in the back. There is a picture of each page in the back with different things to find. Let's see. Here are checklists with more things for you to search for. Why not add your own checklist items in the blank spaces and have fun? Zoom for you guys. So as you can see by each one, like this first page says George Washington, Hamlet making an omelet, Whistling Whistler painting his mother, the Pilgrim Fathers, and a box for you to check each item that you find. And there's one of those for every page. Each page, the back up here, is relatively thick. It's definitely not computer paper. I've gotten to where I can't stand coloring books that have cheap paper. I feel like if you spend money on something to color, it should, not be dollar store quality. Not that there's anything wrong with that. A lot of people are okay with that, but I like to use markers and gel pens and different things that I don't want to bleed through. So I've gotten to where I like paper that can tolerate that. And this book is definitely one of them. So let's get started. This is page 1. And as you can see, there is so much detail in each and every one of these pages. This is not a book for somebody with bad eyes. If you have a magnifying glass, like the stand-up kind, and you like to color through that, then so be it. That's great. But if you don't like little details, then this book is not for you, because there is a lot of detail. There's bigger areas like this for you to color, but through the majority of the book, you're looking at tiny kind So that being said, I also want to point out that because the details are so fine, that you're pretty much, kind of restricted to, fine liners, really tiny mediums, maybe like gel pens, regular pens, like I said, fine liners. If you use color pencils, you're going to want to use some hard lead color pencils, not soft leads like Prismas, because they'll get dull really fast. So, you know, Crayola, Artist Loft, you know, different ones like that, you know, that you can keep to a sharp point. There's no way, you guys, that I would be able to finish a page and give you a review within a few weeks of getting this book. So I just did a little bit on this second page, and I'm going to zoom in so I can show you. Everything done on this page was done with fine liners, markers, gel pens, Faber-Castell Pitt pens, which are water-based marker. They're not alcohol-based. I was completely shocked because none of it bled through. Not even the areas that I saturated with the fine liners bled through or even marked the page. That's how good the paper is in this. I did test, you know, pencil there. I'm sorry, I said everything. There's a few areas in here where I used color pencils, like in the glass and whatnot, and it just laid down perfect. It laid down just fine, no problems. The paper took really well to it, no issues at all. This entire area of blue right here, I used the Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners, and as you can see, there's bigger areas in there, and it took just fine to the paper. There was no problems with it. There was no bleed through, even though it was saturated in some areas. So really awesome. And just in case you're wondering, look right here. Who do you see? There's Waldo. And nope, I did not find him. My husband did. Probably within the first few minutes of looking, after I looked for like 30 minutes. So you can see the detail that I was talking about. It does go into the middle to the binding of the book, but it's not hard to press down and go ahead and color in that area, so it's not really that big a deal. If you wanted to take it and get it spiral bound, you could, but I don't really, you know, see that it's necessary to do that. Some of the pages do already have some pre-color on them. It really, to me, was not enough to make that big a difference or turn me off on the book. Actually, I kind of like the fact that they what is that, butter? Yeah, this is a cake factory, so I kind of like the fact that they did that, because that would get a little bit tedious for me, whereas other people really enjoy things like that. So you can see little chef dudes all over the place. Let's see. This looks like apples and pears and so much other little tiny details. Oh my goodness. As you can see, they're not one-sided. Draw inside the frames to finish the funny face photographs. Fantastic. Bandsmen dressed as bears, pigs, birds, crocs, and bulls. Looks kind of like a carnival, sorta, but it's not, I guess. Give some Wally Watchers stripy tops or any other design that you like. So, kind of creative book. You can either just color it, or you can, you know, detail their clothes. What colors do flying monsters come in? So this page is all monsters. Again, little tiny details. Not a pro, not a con. Just depends on what you like. I found this to be a fun book. Not a book that I'm going to sit and try to blend and make absolutely beautiful. It's more like a doodle book. It's fun. You don't have to really think about color schemes and what you're doing. Just, you know, whatever you feel like flowing out of the mind here. You know, again, if you wanted to try to blend, you could. I personally would not, because it's such tiny details and a lot of it. But it was really fun for me, and I'm not a doodle person. I'm not crazy about like Anamorphia and the Doodle Invasion books, and I think it's mainly because I just don't know what they are, so I don't know how to color them. A lot of people really like those books. There's nothing wrong with them, and this book falls along those lines, only it's, you know, people and a bunch of different schemes and whatnot, so it's not, you know, way out there. I like it. I will put a link to this book in the description box for you guys. as well as a link to our Facebook group page full of really nice people and charts, blending charts, charts for different mediums, you know, anything you want pretty much. A great group of ladies and gentlemen. And we do reviews on a pretty regular basis. It's not just my reviews in that group. People post reviews off of their pages, their blogs, things that they like. I'll go on YouTube and find reviews and post on there as well. There's people in there that request certain reviews. So if I have the funds, I will get that book and review it for you guys. I'm not rich. I can't, you know, afford to buy something every week. But about once a month, I'll try to find something and give you guys a new review. So any review you see here, I'll post on the Facebook page. Lots of questions. You can create your own photo album. So this was a quick flip through and review of Where's Waldo. Didn't have any problems with mediums blending or bleeding, excuse me. Your alcohol-based markers probably will. No, I say probably. Let's just give it a whirl. See what happens. I'm gonna pause you for 1 second while I find one. Okay, so I have a Prismacolor marker. It is alcohol based, and I'm just gonna, let's see, find something I can color. Okay, here's a pretty big area. So let's just go in with that. And when it dries, there's not going to be those lines in there. I know that's a pet peeve of many people, but one thing I like about the alcohol-based markers is once the ink dries, it's a pretty smooth lay down. So, yep, alcohol-based markers bleed. So, surprise, surprise, right? If you like this video, if it's helped you out, don't forget to subscribe below and join our Facebook group if you want to. Bye, guys.